women have always been marginalized. A woman farms on a piece of land but has no control and no power.
There is a big difference between the numbers of women who are involved in grassroots agricultural production compared to those who are involved in agricultural research.
I think it's important that women should go back into the research because they are the ones that use the resources that are being produced in the field, and therefore they understand more of the things that are happening. As a way of trying to preserve the fruit, I thought we could process juice, jam, and dry the mango too. My interest was that we can conserve a good amount of vitamin C because vitamin C is important. It helps in iron absorption, and anemia is one of the 3 micronutrient deficiencies that are at top in Malawi. So I wrote a proposal to ICRAF and I got funding, and through that funding I worked on drying mangoes using a solar dryer, and I discovered that it retained about 60% of the vitamin C. We make juice by extracting the pulp. Through funding, the women were given a sterilizing machine, so the juice that we get we are sure is safe for consumption, and our bottles are well prepared. Through the selling of the juice, they get some money to buy good food from the market, which contributes to the health of their children. Also, they're creating market for mango sellers around the area, so they too get some money that they can use for their families.
I wanted to find out where exactly the pollution was coming from. Was it coming from the feeder streams or it was coming from some other source? I collected water samples and then I took them to the lab and I analyzed them for the microbial quality, for the physiochemical quality. I looked at the heavy metals and nutrients. Basically what I found out was that the feeder streams had microbial levels, that is total fecal and E. coli levels, that were highly unacceptable.
Na yekuku waso japade waso yekuku ena ni edo enso so famu aduane ni nyina wo magia sese ama ho kire okurum ha afi ye ma no yenya sika enhwe emofra no.
There was the need to look at women to have much more control and power in land use decision making. And these led me to make some policy recommendations to try to make sure that these rural communities have a sustainable livelihood. Some of the problems and the side effects of the hurricane.
Research done by Ghana has really helped us to identify some of the problems which were here in the community, but we didn't know that they were problems.
The findings of the research work was what that pushed me to try to be a voice of the voiceless for the local communities.
If you really want someone to understand the challenges of a woman, it is better you actually get a woman to study their situation and their circumstances. So the woman who is a researcher will understand the challenges of the grassroots woman in the village much better. One of the research projects that I have been involved in was to evaluate a new pasture grass species. It's called Brachyria mulatto. Brachyria mulatto was obtained from CGIAR centers in Colombia, and we planted it at our station in Namulonge, and we did agronomic evaluation for 2 years, particularly looking at the crude protein. After 2 years, we found out that it would benefit the dairy sector here in Uganda. So we identified women dairy farmers in Masoli. We got them to learn how to collect data. We gave them technical support, and they planted it on their farms. They fed it to their animals, and they realized increases in milk yield, which they are happy with.
Omugaso gwenfuna mu kulunda, nfunamu amata okulabirira awaka wange, nezigyamu ne school fees z'abaana, n'omuddo ogwasimbibwa kugamba kunnyongeza ku mata. Mbadde daliika nkola lita 5, kati nkola 8 oluusi 7.
These farmers see the benefit and they want to continue having this grass on their farms. And also their neighbors want to plant Brachyria mulatto on their farms as well.
Having a mentor has helped me to look at my career and helped me to focus on what I want to do in terms of research.
Times are changing now, and I think this mentoring process is achieving women empowerment so that they can contribute effectively and help in the development of our nation.
The greatest thing I believe of award is for bringing these women from being just scientists to leaders.
With a mentor right beside you, I personally think that the sky is my limit.
Award has equipped me with skills in terms of scientific writing, capacity building issues, networking with other scientists.
It's making me articulate what I've been doing. It's making me network, which I think I need all these things for my professional career.
I feel I know who I am now more than I knew before.
The challenges that women face in Africa are largely similar with the challenges that women in agricultural research will face in other parts of the world. And with the support from Award, I believe it can make a difference in our careers and in our lives.